Okay, I want you guys to take a look what we're working with here. So we're trying to spawn our vultures like we had before we started developing our taxi to jockey collision. For some reason, they're just all busted now. Great, I just exited my TMX. Okay. So we gotta track this down. I don't know what's going wrong. Okay. So I don't know what changed and what is breaking this stuff now. We took out this line yesterday, instantiating a jockey and taking it out of the graveyard. That's okay to take it off because we're not trying to... We had that jockey for testing purposes. Same with the taxi, which is also what we took off. Now... I really don't get it. I really don't get it. Why is it so jacked up? We must have changed something yesterday that is just breaking this stuff, and I don't know where it is. Maybe it's in our vulture class. This is what we did yesterday. This taxi to jockey collision. Yet I'm just gonna turn that off for now. It shouldn't even be running because well, it shouldn't be running because come on, because we're not colliding, right? Okay. And then when we turn on this vulture instantiation, oh my god. Not if V is pressed, that's when we reset it, but here when we first have it. So we delete this, we copy that object into the vulture's table, and we take the vulture out of the graveyard. That's when we get the busted. But if we press V, we're not even getting our vulture resets. So what is going on? What in the world is going on? It's got to be in our vulture class. So if we put our random seed back on, we crash. I don't get this. I do not get this. We're not having a nil random seed. Like if we say set random seed to be 4, what does that change? Like if we just give it a non-nil number for sure. See how weird that is? What is going on with that thing? Let's print up the DX of that guy and see what might be happening. If we go to our play state, we go to our bottom debug info, we turn this on. That should be vulture 1. So let's say, yeah, actually, we'll actually just take these 2 lines and we'll say vulture 1.dx. And what we will do is put it right here. So our vultures table, index1.dx. Print that up. And then, nope, wrong one. Here. I really just do that all the time. Okay. What the heck? DX is +1, so it should be moving to the right. But it's acting like this. What is the X position looking like? Why is it moving like that, man, with the DX? Why is it moving like that with the DX of +1? What the heck? We gotta be doing something on accident here. So this self.index gets indexed as that last parameter there. That's why I'm confused why it's crashing on nil, because we don't ever give it a nil there. Yeah, let's print up, I guess it's, well, no, it should be tier 1 because it was a DX of 1. I have no idea what's causing that. It was working fine until I turned them off to test the jockey to taxi collision, and then when I went to turn it back on, everything broke. So what am I missing in our play state that we changed that is messing everything up? So we give ourselves a vultures table. So the thing is, if we give ourselves I'm in my main here. Okay, so we initialize our vultures to the graveyard. Yeah, we initialize all 3 vultures to the graveyard. Then we spawn one. God, it really should be that simple. Like, I don't get why it's messing up. Should be able to spawn this. Okay, wow. Yeah, lots of stuff. I don't know what's going on, man. I really have no idea. The only thing I could think of that we changed was like the dummy values for this, but why would that change anything? Why is it moving like that? Why is it moving like that? It's not dx. Where are we modifying this .x? Oh, this is driving me nuts. What the heck's going on, dude? Like, we should be able to just get... We should be able to just get a vulture on screen, but we can't. So what if we copy this, we go to our top, and up here at our vultures one, actually, after we instantiate our dummy vultures. So look, right there, we initialize our dummy ones. So let's give ourselves the real one right here. Vultures at index 1 gets an instantiation. And it is an instantiation of a vulture there. But then we need to take it out of the graveyard as well. So we'll say the next line are vultures 1.graveyard gets false. So we can update its position. Place state 101. Try to index a no value. That doesn't make any sense. What do you mean? Vultures 1. What is this vulture spawn point index? I mean, like, where do we do that? Vulture spawn point index. We set it here. So if we set this, I mean, like, let's just set it to 1 or something. Say, I just want to get a freaking vulture on screen. That's all I want to do at this point. A vulture on screen, not being all crazy, because I'm just trying to see what the heck's going on. So if we give it the first spawn point, it's just so jacked. What is going on? What is going on? So it's not the instantiation that's going wrong? I mean, it's just busted. I don't get why it's just so busted. Take it. So confused. Like, if our DX wasn't just a constant one, it would make more sense, but I don't get what is changing its position if its DX is supposed to be a positive 1. What are we missing? I'm gonna see if we take this off, if it's still jacked. But that means we need to go into our place state and turn on our tester. Still jacked. Why? Why? Why is it doing that? What is going on? Anytime. Is that graveyard negative 20? But what's weird is the DX. Okay. DX is normal, so that's not the problem. So it's got to be somewhere with our .x. We could. I'm just gonna take out these things that are modifying our x value just to see what is doing it. Because I don't know. If we take our x update out, we're still jacked. What is going on? There's like one line of code somewhere that we're saying, you know what? Let's try a different vulture here instead of just vulture 1. Let's say that this is actually vulture 3. So we're moving this vulture 1 into our vulture 3. Oh, well. Yeah, we should be doing this like this. We should be going vultures index 3 dot graveyard gets false. Let's see that. Still jacked. What's going on? What is going on? DX is not the problem. Our DX is working appropriately. It's that our X is jacked. Where are we doing this? Where are we screwing everything up? Literally just gotta go through here. See, this makes sense. If we do the graveyard assignment before we copy into the global table, that should work. But we had it backwards for the other one. Let me see. Oh my god. I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on. Here we're saying if our eggs hatched, instantiate a jockey, take it out of the graveyard. Take the taxi out of the graveyard. Move the egg to the graveyard. Become unhatched, which is just to reset it. I don't get why this is so broken. I'm gonna load this up on my Mac and make sure it's busted on my Mac too, because I just cannot figure this out. Let's exit out. Okay. Yeah, it's jacked on my Mac too. I wish Lua had a proper debugger sort of deal. I don't know what to do. I have no idea what to do. At this point, I'm considering just debugging every single field of our vulture table till we see something that's wrong. So here we're updating all our vultures, sure. We're rendering our vultures if we're not in the graveyard, and our explosion timer is not equal to 0. It's not the render that's the problem, it's the X position. Why? Why? So it's -20 because it's in the graveyard. But if we instantiate it, we've just done this so many times and it never works. That should be fine. Just why is it so jacked? Yeah, we spawn and then... Come on, man. Alright, let's just keep debugging. Vulture. Now... debugging in our playstate, actually. But... let's see what our index is. Let's see what our dx is. Let's see what our dy is. See if any of those are the issue. So, our x is jacked. We know that. But, what about, you know, we have a dx. We've got our dy. And we want our self-index. So we just plug in those values here. Dx, dy, and index. Make sure we don't print all the debugging on the same line. Index nil. Is that what's screwing us? Index should not be nil. I don't get why it's nil. Why is index nil? Okay, vulture. Cool, how about index doesn't get index? How about index gets 1? Now what? Now you work. So why is the index being nil? We take a look at when we instantiate it. Our play state. We go vulture instantiation. We supposedly plug in an integer I for all the dummy values. So what if we turn off spawning? Let's see what the vulture's index is, but let's continue to dig. Because look at this, the end of this, and we've already checked this, we have a +1 for the index, which is nil. +1. Now, there's a x, a y, with a height, spawn point, index. So we got all the appropriate parameters, I believe. X and y, width and height. Oh, we are missing a parameter. We got a dx, not an index. This +1 is a dx, not an index. So we give it the 1 index here. Now we need to give. Actually, I think they all spawn. Do they all spawn facing to the left first? So we give it just another parameter, -1, before we give it our index parameter. That's the problem. But we must have just forgot we added that? I don't know. How did we miss that? How did it break all of a sudden, you know? -1, comma, index of 3. That should be good. So now, if we, come on, man. If we go like this, we turn all these guys back on. We've got the graveyard. See, this needs to be the vulture's global table at the index of 2. Same with this. Vulture's global table. And then if we go back to our vulture, and we plug in our parameter here, then we see if we are no longer jacked up. Thank God. They're all the same spawn point. That's because the random seed. So if we go to that random seed, where did we do it? We took it out. We took it out. Set, random with a capital R and seed with a capital S. That's why we can't find it. So play state, no, vulture, and then random capital R. Cool. So oopsie. What's going on? Come on, random. We were just there. We were just there, man. Okay. Random seed instead of 4. We change to self.index. Now we have a different random seed for each one. Nice, nice, nice. Now if we do it again, will be different. Yep. All right, boys, we got our bounders in action. Now, let's see if we kill a bounder, let it hatch. Let's see what happens. I'm going to turn off our debug, which is in our play state. So we'll go. Lordy. Okay. Watch this. We've got an egg. If we don't get it, it should hatch into a jockey, which should spawn a taxi. Let's hatch. Come on. Hatch. There you go. And it spawned a taxi. Now, the taxi would have collided with that egg, but since it wasn't the right egg... Oh, we didn't increment. We didn't increment tier. But our basic taxi AI is working in the sense that it just goes one direction. We are not incrementing tier. So why is that happening? We should have our tier increment. That's what we did the other day. Place state, we want to see taxi collide. Nope. Collide. No. Taxi to jockey collision, that's what it is. Instantiates higher tier vulture. So, yeah, we should be incrementing. So the thing is, we should be doing it. Let's print up our vultures 1 tier and just see, make sure nothing's fishy over there. Turn this on. We'll actually print up vulture 1 tier, vulture 2 tier, vulture 3 tier. Okay. Now we need the tier. The 2 tier. And the 3 tier. Okay. Let's pop some of these guys and see if the tier is upgrading by the time there's a taxi jockey collision. Let's see. Oh no. Yeah? Yeah. We have the updated tier, so that means our collision function's working. We just don't have the updated sprites in our updated logic. Still got bounded logic, so how is our... Did we turn off our tier? We did. Why did we... Oh, we did this when we were debugging. Yeah. Okay. Let's take it out. Let's see, boys. This is it. I've got some faith, actually, so I'm gonna go, I'm gonna turn this off real quick. And delete. Okay. Let's pop these bad boys and see what's up. So these eggs should hatch into a white jockey, and when the taxi collides with them, it should upgrade into a bounder, which is a white vulture that should be faster on the DX and flapping a little bit more erratically. So as soon as this guy touches the jockey, he should be a white. Yes, and he's faster. See that? Nice. It doesn't matter if it interacts with an egg or a jockey. It's only when a taxi interacts with its jockey, the jockey or the taxi that was spawned by the taxi. So we'll see. We'll kill these whiteys. Don't take that out of context. And we'll see if we can get some shadowlord action. So okay. That should be our first Shadowlord upgrade. Now, I haven't decided if the next hatch should be a different color jockey or not. I don't know. We'll have to look at the original for that. But, come on, hatch, and then spawn a taxi, and you upgrade to a blue Shadowlord, and you should be faster and crazy. Fuck. Not quite, not quite. Didn't become Shadowlord. Didn't become Shadowlord. So, what's going on? We take a look at our vulture tier upgrade. Let's see. Yeah, we should be incrementing to tier 3. I don't know why. Let's see what's going on in our play state under our collision. Taxi to jockey collision here. Come on. We're gonna get current tier system +1. So yeah, it should keep incrementing. So let's turn this back on. We'll see. Oopsie. We'll see. So tier 1 is Bounder. And see, look at this egg on the middle here. I don't think my taxi logic will ever find that guy. As soon as that hatches, it'll show his. So look at him. He's gonna try to fly over to that jockey, but he's never gonna get up there because he's not jumping high enough. Okay, so we've got 1 white bounder. We've got 2 white bounders at tier 2. That guy's never gonna find his jockey, which is what we need to do next, which is give our taxi better AI so it can actually find stuff. Because right now it just spawns on the opposite side that the egg's on, and it goes towards it, but it doesn't care about jumping, so we need to fix that. Oh my god, pterodactyl. Okay, now that those guys are eggs, we should see if we increment our tier to 3 by the time our taxis hit those eggs. Let's see. No. Okay. Come on, tier 3. Come on, tier 3. Come on, tier 3. Go to tier 3. We don't. What's going on there? Why don't we go to tier 3? So if we collide, we upgrade our tier no matter what, as long as we collide. And we do spawn a new vulture when we collide, so this line is running. It's just not incrementing the tier, but we are. What's going on? It's so close. We're so close. We're detecting a collision, we're just not incrementing the tier for some reason. if we go this to 2, does our first bounder collision turn into a shadowlord? First step. Let's see. I'm hoping it turns into a shadowlord, but that doesn't help us solve it. It just proves that our shadowlord is in there. Oh, it's all flappy. Maybe a bit too flappy. Curious. Yeah. I swear we fixed the down flap. I swear we did. Looks like we need to change the egg and vulnerable timer to be a little shorter too. There should be another shadowlord. We've got to fix the flappy on that, which... What's going on there, man? So... why don't we increment the tier again? What is going on where we don't increment the tier again? Because we collide, we spawn a new vulture. Oh, we increment... when we instantiate our vulture, our tier gets reset. So if we take our tier out of the init, we shouldn't have that problem. So we take our tier out of the init, because that's what resetting us back to 1, which then sets us 1 plus 1, which is 2, which is a white bounder instead of a shadowlord. So we'll take this out, the init, and we'll put it just right here after it, I guess. We'll say, by the way, self tier gets 1. I think that'll wipe it, actually. Shit. How do we do this? Because yeah, it's just that when we instantiate a new vulture, it's initting, rewriting the tier to 1. Let me see what happens if we... Doesn't like it. And that would run... We can't just say it in the update function, it'll be the same problem. I think this is why I had the times eggs hatched at some point. Fuck. Oh, I think this is why we had the times egg hatched, actually, so... shit. There's gotta be a better way to do this. Because, yeah, we can't... When we instantiate a new vulture, it's resetting the tier, even though we don't want that. We want it to keep its tier. So we had a global table called times egg hatched, and that was for each vulture, but that was a mess. So what do we do? I don't know. I'll think about something to do for that, but at least we've got our vultures spawning again. It's not right because I didn't write this. We got our bounders spawning randomly, which is good. We got them upgrading to a bounder, which is, or upgraded to a hunter, which is good. We just need to figure out how to increment the tier again if it dies as a bounder. So like, well, you know what? Maybe we can just do... See, the init's what screws us, because we have to reinitialize it, which overwrites its data. So it's hard to keep track of these values unless they're global and in the play state, which is what we had with our stupid times egg hash that we got removed. So I think that is what we did. Because that's making sense to me now that we did that. But there's got to be a better way. Gotta be a better way. So, I don't know. I'll think about it. I'll see if I can come up with anything. At least it's working again, which is nice. And, okay. So let me quit. Okay. So... let me switch this back, actually. I'm going to switch our self-tier greater than 3 here. Oh, what a mess. Oh, what a mess. Bro, replace equals. Equals. Let's see. Well, we're not... hold on one sec. Let me just... we put our thing... oh, it is at 2, so let's see. I want to see if our flap is fixed because I did that. Let's see. We should spawn a shadowlord. Alright, come on, shadowlord, and hopefully no flap mess up. Hey, it's back! Cool. Okay, so we just need to, figure out how to factor out those different tiers so that it remembers it past the initialization resets. Which, we used to have a global table in our play state, keeping track of the times the eggs hatched, and that's what we use to update our tier system once and after we've initialized. So, we'll probably do something similar, unless I can think of a better implementation before tomorrow. But, as soon as we get our tier system upgrades working fine, we need to decide if we want our jockeys to be different colors, which I think we probably will. We'll make the, you know, if you're a bounder and you die, you make a blue jockey, because that means it'll turn into a shadowlord. I'm gonna take a look at our photos here in our so if we go to pics, we go to jockey. We only have a white jockey as of right now, so I guess we'd have to go make a blue jockey real quick, but that'll be easy enough. And then, yeah, we'll get, once we get the jockey color working, then we work on the AI for the taxi, because it works fine if it's on the bottom. Doesn't work so fine anywhere else. If the egg is on the bottom, taxi can find it. Because right now the AI is literally as simple as, is the egg on the right side of the screen? Spawn a taxi on the left, make him go right. And that's it. And then we just have our collision detection waiting. So we'll have to add something to be like, if our Y is beneath the egg, then we need to flap like a son bitch, and then if we're too high, don't flap. That sort of deal. So let's see. I mean, let's do a, just get at everything saying fixed initial vulture spawns, and then say all but shadowlord tier upgrade. Git push it, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow with those new fixes.